welcome back. This is Mary with The Good Life of M. I am here in my kitchen and I'm going to be baking my banana bread. It's been a favorite in the house for the past few months since quarantine has started, so I thought I'd share my easy recipe with you guys. It's really easy to follow along, so let's get started. Okay, first off, I have the oven preheating at 350. I'm gonna take my canola oil, it's like a baking spray, and I'm gonna spray a 9x5 bread pan. So just kind of like that, just kind of lightly, there we go, lightly spray that. And then first off, we're gonna start with combining all our dry ingredients together. Okay, so I'm gonna take two separate bowls. So I'm gonna take the bigger bowl, and I'm going to add 1 2/3 cup here in the center. Okay, I'm gonna take my salt, baking powder, and baking soda. Baking powder and baking soda are two different things. So I'm gonna take these and add them in. I'll have measurements linked down below so that it's easier to follow along. And I am going to make kind of like a well. Okay, in a separate, smaller bowl, I'm going to add my wet ingredients. So that would be my sugar. So you're gonna take 3/4 cup of sugar. I know that sounds a lot. Okay, and then my melted butter. So you're gonna use 8 tablespoons of butter. So basically that's like the whole stick. Okay. You're gonna take a whisk and just kind of mix that lightly. Okay, just like that. You're gonna take 2 eggs. Just go ahead and crack that in. I usually whenever I bake from scratch, I do room temp eggs. I feel like maybe it'll be softer or less harsh in texture. I'm not even sure, but every time I've baked, they usually recommend room temp eggs. Okay. Okay, next you're going to want to take 3 bananas, 3 overripe bananas. Make sure they're not underripe because then the flavor is not really going to come through. So just make sure that they're kind of bruised like this and it'll be good to go. So basically I just peel it. Oops. Okay, it's not very pretty. I'll just set it on a separate plate here. And I know it gets kind of messy, but that's okay. As long as your hands are clean. I like to use 3. I've used 4 before, but it tends to get a little mushy. The bread does. I've done 2. You could probably get away with 2 large bananas, but if they're 2 medium bananas, I feel like the flavor is not going to be there. I mean, you could still get away with it, I guess, but it's not going to be as flavorful. Then just mash away. I just use a fork. It makes things easier. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Take your mashed bananas and you're going to want to add that to the sugar and butter mix, as well as a 1/4 cup of sour cream. I pre-measured everything, but again, I'll have everything in the description box. Okay, add a teaspoon of vanilla or pure vanilla extract. You can use 1/2 teaspoon, but I kind of like a lot of vanilla flavoring. So it should look a little something like this. And you're gonna wanna add all of that. Now you're gonna wanna fold everything in and then do a nice mix. Take your mix and that pre-greased pan that we had done earlier, pour that in, okay? I like to use one of those silicone spatulas because it gets everything out from the edges so it doesn't have a hard time coming out. Now you saw that I mixed with a spoon, but you can use a KitchenAid. We don't have that, unfortunately. I don't bake enough to warrant getting one. Who knows, maybe that'll change someday. So it'll look just a little bit like that. So you see that it's at 350. And then let's go ahead and put it in there. Okay, I usually put it on the middle rack. I don't know if it matters, but then you want to set that for about 60 minutes. So I'm gonna put the timer on to 60. And then, there you go. Set it and forget it for an hour, and then it'll be good to go. So I'll be back in a bit.
I'm gonna check real quick because I can't wait. It's starting to smell so good at the house. Look at that.
Okay, so I just heard the beep. So look at that. What a beauty. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this out. And we have to let it dry, or not dry, cool down in the pan for about 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, we're going to want to take the loaf out of the pan onto this, I don't know what you call it, cooling rack, I guess. And then set it aside for 30 minutes to cool down even further. Okay, let me see if I can flip this over. It should be okay now. So it's not hot, it's a little warm. Oh man. There we go. My hands are clean. Okay, I'm back. So this is ready to consume. Let me go ahead and give this a nice cut. It's nice and moist. Now I usually like to serve this with vanilla bean ice cream, or I just have it alone. You can put nuts or chocolate chips, but I just like the taste of pure banana. I guess I'm plain Jane like that. All right, so let's give this a shot. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be gone within a week. I can bet you $100. Has a crisp outer edge, and the inside, it's really, really soft and moist. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the sour cream or the butter. Man, it's bomb. Anyway, I hope you guys try this recipe. If so, tag me on Instagram or leave a comment down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. All right, signing out. Bye. My son, everybody.